So last night we stripped out my car, and then this morning we've put it all back together after the deer that decided to commit suicide on it. And then this afternoon we've just redone a load of tyres for the tarmac car, and we bought a load of new rims for them, or new old rims. So now we've got a low, medium and high tread tyre for pretty much every corner apart from this one. And then when we've raced next at Scunthorpe, we will take a couple off of here to put on the back on these pepper pots for skinny wets. And I think that's about it. Sunday evening, I've just been up here for a couple of hours tidying up. Yesterday afternoon we sorted a load of tyres out on the tarmac car for Bristol. Then Becca painted all the spare arms and we put a load of them back in the van yesterday, but these were still a bit tacky and these need labelling up, so that's a job for this week. But that's about it. We've just got everything ready for work this week and time to go and chill out. Oh yeah, that was the other thing we did. This afternoon we've emptied all the rubbish out of the welding truck. We've put 2 sockets on here and a bit of cable with a plug on the end so we can plug that in, and then if wherever we're working we can plug a grinder, whatever, into that so that we don't have to keep running more and more extension leads. And then the other thing, we extended the earth because for some reason we've got a, whatever it is, 3 metre welding torch but only a 1.5 metre earth lead on it, so we've just made them the same so we're not constantly fighting against the earth strap. But that's Sunday, so we will see tomorrow if we get a booking from Scunthorpe. Wednesday night, and we now have a booking for Scunthorpe, so we're gonna finish off getting this ready. Diff is in it already. We've got Panhard rod to change. The engine mount's got a slight crack on one of the welds, so we're just gonna weld that up temporarily, and then when we get a bit of gap in the fixtures we'll take the engine out and get it done properly. Anything else? Apart from that, it's pretty much ready to go. We've just got to go around the whole thing, nut and bolt checks, oils and waters, and then weigh it later on. Do the tracking, all the axle offsets, make sure we're happy it's still where it should be after the carnage at King's Lynn. And we've got a tyre which my uncle picked up from Northampton, which is one of the ones we won at Hennisford for the White and Yellow Championship at the end of last year. So yeah, I'm going to start off, get these panels all off, out of the way, and then we can look at getting this engine mount sorted. Panels all off. I don't know if you can see through there, there's a crack in that weld, so we're gonna get that cleaned up and get a weld back around that, and then should do the Scunthorpe, and then hopefully it'll be okay for Mildenhall in a few weeks time. And I think there's a bit of a gap, so we'll get it done then. And one of the cable ties for the fan has snapped, so we're going to get that put back and check the rest of them while we're there. Right, so that's welded up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it through there. It's not the prettiest welding, but it's going to have to do for the next couple of meetings. So yeah, that's done. I just took the panels off on the other side out of curiosity, because we thought maybe if that one's cracked, this is cracked, but that's all good. I think what's happened is that side of the engine is possibly just tilted up fractionally. So I'm just gonna put a cable tie on there and on that fan, and then probably change the Panhard rod. Right, I'm going to change this Panhard rod, just two 19mm nut and bolts. Pull this off. This one is 25mm by, no, we started off last year, we were using 25mm by 1.6, and at the end of the year we moved it to 30 by 1.5, I think it was. And then thanks to Tom Bradley, he's given us a bit of advice, and we're now moved it up to 30 by 2, which we're going to try on Saturday at Scunthorpe. So see how that goes. Hopefully this cures it, and then we can focus on getting the car set up better. Yeah, we'll get this swapped. So just going to adjust these nuts and rod ends, try and get them as close as it was, and then when we put it down on the floor later on, we can just check the offset to make sure we're back where we want to be. Got tricked by the left-hand rod end. That's pretty close. So we've got that back on, and then we're going to mark up the tarmac tyres so we can put them out of the way. And we know we've got one more to put on, no, 3 more to put on after this weekend. But at the minute they're on this car. Tighten it up, but we'll leave the locking nuts loose so that we can adjust that later on. Back on this, because we're going to keep this as a spare for the time being, and then we'll label them tyres up. Right, I've just labelled these all up for what they are: high, low, medium tread tyres for each corner. Left the good ones on the car, or the ones we're going to race on, and then we've got 2 pepper pots and 1 front one here that need a tyre on after Scunthorpe, so we can take them off of here, and then next week, probably Wednesday night, we'll buff them all, get them all ready, and maybe put them on the trailer. We're now going to start nut and bolt checking all the suspension, make sure it's all nice and nipped up, or bolts are nipped up but it's all still free. Check all the engine mount bolts are tight, gearbox mounts are tight, then check all the walls and waters, and then when my uncle gets here, I've just got this 1 tyre to put on the rim, and then just fill it up, fill it up with fuel, put the battery on it, fire it up, check the brakes, and then check the tracking, check the axle offset, and then put it on the scales. So that's that.
that's it. We're all ready. We did all your normal checks. Done the tyres, changed the Panhard rod, put it on the scales, and it read as it was last time. So we're quite pleased with that. Even though it's had a bit of a bang, all the settings have stayed as they are. So Friday night we'll load up and then head off to Scunthorpe Saturday morning and see how we get on there. We're all quite looking forward to a new track, which will be nice, and then yeah, see where we go from there. See you Friday. Scunthorpe tomorrow. Cars all done, ready to go. Got bits tied up in the van, and then empty all that out, fill it up with the tools for racing, get all loaded up, and then we shall head off tomorrow morning. Yeah, get cracking. There's a pub to get to.